What's bragging, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of season 3 of my Fulham career mode. So we actually played Manchester United at the end of the last episode, and we had a big late victory against them at home in the Premier League. So now we're going to actually have a replay against them basically in the Carabao Cup, and we're going to have a very rotated side. And actually you'll see that Manchester United is actually playing a very strong side. You can see right away they got Martial, Fernandes, Rashford in the squad. We'll see who else is in it. So they put a strong squad against us, but we do have a rotated side. Still kept Rodak in net because our backup goalkeeper is not good enough. Sessegnon at right back, Twanzeb, Mifam, Robinson. So you can see Twanzeb, Robinson, still kind of the players that are still in from the starting 11. Decided to give Anderson a rest and actually have Kusovic play CDM spots. Kearney in the midfield, Onoma at center mid. On the wings, we will have Cabano and the young American Youth Academy product and Thompson. Then up top, we will give Jeremy Mbobisa his first start of the season. The young American striker who did give us the late winner against Manchester United in the league in the previous episode. So a very strong squad from United for the most part. And the defense is more of a backup squad, but in the midfield, pretty strong. Casemiro, McTominay, and then up top you can see Fernandes, Rashford, Lingard, Martial. So the back line is a bit kind of rotated in some younger players. Something we could possibly take advantage of as we go into this matchup here. So 12 minutes in, it looks like we're going to have a little bit of build-up play as Kearney is going to get the ball in a very good spot, run at the defense, and create a big gap for Mbobisa. He's going to be through on goal. Can he score this chance? Unfortunately, it's right at De Gea. Just no placement on there and went all power. So, of course, he did score the winner in the Premier League matchup, so he's kind of redeemed for that, as we don't really care too much about the Carabao Cup. But obviously, we do want to beat this side, as in the end, a few minutes later, Manchester United responds with a goal in the 18th minute to put themselves up 1-0. Some good movement from Martial. I mean, his skill moves can be pretty deadly, and he did just do us in the end right there. Now, Mbobisa tries to get a ball in, but in the end, Kearney gets a loose ball. Kusovic moves up here to Mbobisa, to Onoma, and back to Mbobisa. Some very good link-up play between Onoma and Mbobisa. Put this ball in the back of the net and make things level. 1-1 in the 41st minute. So Mbobisa does continue his goal-scoring form. He had plenty of assists recently, actually. He has like 2 assists in the league and 3 assists in the first cup fixture we played against Nottingham Forest. He was actually a Premier League side in this save. So decent competition. Mbobisa showing his ability to be a good option off the bench, or as well as the occasional start in this congested fixture, as we'll see later on in December. And of course, eventually the main thing is we could also be playing Champions League, Europa League football, so we do need a good amount of squad depth once we do reach that goal, which I think we can make it this season for sure. We'll see if that does happen. But Twanzeb, you guys saw earlier, Twanzeb is incredible. I'm so glad I got him. Thompson on the wing, clean this ball back post. Cabano just cannot get to that one. He looked like he was wide open back post for a second, but a good contested header in the end that was. I see a couple of changes. We're going to bring on some of the big boys in. Lookman and Morris are going to come on the wing, try to make an impact off the bench. We'll see if we can actually do anything on this corner kick. Actually, nothing came out of it. But now running at the defense, Fernandes back, playing the ball backwards, just kind of waiting for an opportunity. It looks like Martial just absolutely destroys the whole defense. No one can close him down, and he is going to finish the chance in the end. Not the best 1v1 defending. In the end, he beat he beat 3 players to create that goal. Probably could have closed down a lot better. So we'll make another sub, and we'll bring on De Cordova-Reid and see if we can salvage this result. Maybe level things up, take things to PKs, because of course penalty kicks, excuse me. Ball cut back here to Morris from De Cordova-Reid. Unfortunately, it is again right at De Gea. Not enough placement on that shot. That was our chance to make things level in the 80th minute. So maybe we'll have a chance here on this corner kick. Mbobisa in a good spot. It does win the header. Unfortunately, goes well over the bar, as that was our chance to really level things up. Mbobisa had 5 shots in this match at that point. So we just had to be a little bit stronger with our finishing. I think we would have done a good job. Unfortunately, Mifam gets absolutely torn apart by Martial with that running behind. He's been the class of this match. He was incredible in the Premier League match also, and Mifam unfortunately could not hold him off. Not the best defending right there. So I think he's not at the level of maybe a starter yet, and that's why you see him with the cup side at the moment. He's not as good physically as Twanzeb, Kusovic, Anderson, Tosin, so that's kind of the big thing you notice with him. Unfortunately, we do get knocked out of the Carabao Cup, but now we can focus on the league with a match here against Wolves. So Wolves usually gives us a lot of problems, honestly. Wolves has always been a tough side for us to go up against. So it's going to be an interesting one. You can see their side here playing a 5-2-3 with some really unrecognizable names. They did sign Marcos Rojo. He is playing center back. That is the most notable thing I saw with them. But they do have most of their good amount of their attack, though, in midfield there. They did sign Gundogan as well from Manchester City. So we'll take a look at the lineup. This is, of course, the full lineup, the full strength lineup with Tete, Tosin, Twanzeb, Robinson, Anderson at the CDM spot, then Lookman, Anguissa, Morris, Mitrovic, Cordova-Reid kind of being the attacking areas of the game. Of course, I'm really enjoying this formation, but I do think it's just because of how bad the defensive AI, it's almost cheesy having playing a 4-1-3-2 with two striker formations. It's just the defensive AI is so bad that you just kind of do things like this and pretty simply get forward and score goals as Zombo puts the ball in the back of the net in the 15th minute to make things 1-0. But the link-up play is incredible, honestly, from Mitrovic and Zombo. We've seen it really from the just ever since he's been playing a bit further up. The first season, and then the first season, we let him play a little bit higher up. And since then, there's no chance we're having Zambos just sit in that CDM role anymore. That's the job for Anderson for now. Mitrovic playing a ball through here to Cordova-Reid. Completely terrible defense. Cordova-Reid is going to bang this. Never mind. He's going to cut it back, and he probably should have banged it. So we should have banged that one for sure. Rather than looking for the sweat. So now Wolves going to look to come back on the counterattack, and it looks like they have a decent one going. Calvert-Lewin is another player who Wolves have signed. Gibbs White is actually getting to go, the youngster, but Anderson doing a good job winning that ball in the end to stop that counterattack there. Now Mitrovic going to look for Zombo. Good overlap from Lookman. Played his first post, and the Cordova-Reid gets his goal. A 2-0 lead up on Wolves in about the 30th minute, I believe it is. So good performances really all around in link-up play. Reid getting in a perfect spot as now looks like it's going to be a chance for Wolves, as Gundogan is going to have a little sweat across. We do foul in the box when we just had the sweat covered. No reason to foul there, so not the best point to be doing that, as we are 2-0 up and we could possibly be letting Wolves get back in this match, it looks like, with that penalty that we are giving up. Rodak, we'll see if he can save this. Unfortunately dives the wrong way. Calvert-Lewin puts in the back, and that is a 2-1 game, 42 minutes in, just at the end of the half. We can maybe grab another. We'll see to get that lead back to 2 goals, and you see a chance on this corner kick. We're looking, putting this ball into Mitrovic, and he is going to get a foot on. Unfortunately, Reid cannot respond to the kind of flick on in time, and that is how that half will end. Now moving in the second half, ball played here to Mitrovic. Back to Anderson, pushing a little bit further up than usual. Mitrovic playing the ball here. Good ball through to Mitrovic. Cordova-Reid open back post. And what a save by Rui Patricio. Of course, should have been better placement at Reid, but what a big reflex save that was in the end. Now Reid making a good run in behind. And this time, he is going to finish his chance. Should have a hat trick in the end, but not the best finishing that was on the last one against Patricio, but what a wonderful player Reid has been for us. Honestly, he's incredible, and you see it with his growth really since that we've been using. Of course, we used him as a winger initially. Now in the 4-1-3-2, we use him as a striker. And link-up play again. Reid is going to grab his hat trick now. What a hit first time. The link-up play from Mitrovic and Reid has been incredible, and I think both of them could end up being like in top 5 for goals in the Premier League. That's how it's looking, as both of them are scoring at a high amount. They're just linking up beautifully, and you can see that right there. What a hit. Patricio maybe could have done a little bit better, but of course that was a pretty powerful strike in the end. 4-1 it is. Can maybe push forward, grab some more. A good little quick pass. Ebobisse is going to have some space in here. Can he look for the sweat across? Or who's going to do this? Oh, what a great job. Mitrovic to the layoff in the end. And what a beautiful play to kind of wrap up this one. 5-1. Onoma grabbing a goal. He's been really good as a sub off the bench. He's not super high rated, but he can play as a good box-to-box center mid. He gets involved in the attack and as well gets into the really gets into challenges defensively, tracks back. So that's why we enjoy using him off the bench. We can maybe look for a better player eventually, but I'm really enjoying the way Noma plays. And of course, Reed grabbing his match ball, man of the match for sure with that hat trick. He has been incredible. As we'll get into a match here against Aston Villa, and they have made some incredible signings, I have to say. They got Emery Chan, they got Jonathan David, Nicolas de la Cruz. You'll see a few others featured throughout the game, and that is why they're actually competing in the top four. They're second in the league at the moment, is Aston Villa, and they've got a really good squad, and we'll see how far they can kind of push on and have that quality run here. You can see a couple other players, of course, Traore, Christian Pavon as well. This is almost like a career mode legend side. It feels like Vestergaard at center back, Pau Torres, Iago. In the midfield, though, very strong. Nicolas de la Cruz, Daniel Parejo, Emery Chan up top, Traore, Jonathan David, and Christian Pavon. And on the bench, they still got some quality players. They got Campbell, Douglas Luiz. So they've got quality all around. I guess they maybe sold Grealish and just took that money around and grabbed some high quality players. So that is why they're actually doing pretty well in the league. So this is not going to be an easy fixture for sure. This is one we need to just be at complete focus for, because they're going to give us some problems, it looks like. But now playing the ball here forward, De Cordova, Reed to Mitrovic. Looks like it could be an early goal. Reed is through basically. Can he finish his opportunity? And he does. He absolutely roofs it. What a hit. No chance by Martinez on that goal. And we start out this match with a big combination play between just these two guys. Really just them two attacking the defense. The movement is crisp. The finish is perfect at the top of the box. And that is how we go up 1-0 against the second place team in the league. Martinez probably could have gotten that. He reacted a little bit slow. He kind of looked at the ball, was ball watching there. But in the end, 1-0 up early on this match. We'll see if we can continue on and grab some more goals. Obviously, Ultimate can be pretty aids from the point that, like, once you start scoring, you can usually grab quite a few more. But Jonathan David, link-up play. Great save from Rodak. In the end, David probably should have finished that chance, got off his foot a little bit quicker, but we got to be stronger defensively. Now we're going to go back on the counter. Jordan Morris is going to take advantage of the stupid AI defending. Going to play this ball over the top to De Cordova Reed, who's going to play it across to Mitrovic. And what link-up play, the vision, the sweat. 2-0 up, 12 minutes in, and maybe this could get ugly, but of course, this is a strong Aston Villa side. They got a pretty good attack midfield on them, so I think they can score with just about anyone in the league. They can go toe-to-toe in that aspect. Defense, not the best, obviously, you can see early on. But little mistakes like this, Jordan Morris, a couple times we've seen this, not really looking for the simple option. In the end, Jonathan Davis going to turn his man, getting the ball to his feet, play the ball across to Pavon, and make things 2-1 in the 18th minute. So it's not over. Obviously, we conceded pretty early after grabbing the second one, and let's see if that comes back to haunt us, because this is a strong Aston Villa side, as you can tell by their spot in the table, just the players they have, and that's a really good ball across there in the end. So now on the wing, looking for some, actually going back kind of necessarily right there, getting forward here, Jonathan David, some link-up play from Chan. Jonathan David playing the ball back to De La Cruz, to Chan, to Parejo. Look at this quick play from these guys. There's not much we can do, and what a quick little finish, a cute little finish from Nicolas de la Cruz running in behind to make things 2-2. So that's tough, but they are throwing numbers forward. They're linking up, playing quickly. There's not much we could do in that. And since 39th minute, though, a ball here to Zambo Anguissa just misses out on getting that one. And the 50th minute now, Aston Villa is really taking over this match. They're going to have really the majority of the chances in the end right here. Nicolas de la Cruz with a nice little turn. And that's a good ball to Jonathan David. He's turning right here, but a big save by Rodak, staying strong there on his line, getting to that far post and saving that, because obviously it's kind of hard. You want to see, for a goalkeeper in those instances, you don't want to give up the near post or the far too much. I think he had the perfect balance right there. Now, a great ball played to Traore, but a good interception, just getting a foot on that, but not the best clearances out. Anderson, however, does get the interception, and maybe we could have a break on our own as we get forward here. Zombo, Jordan Morris on the wing, De Cordova Reed getting the ball here. Anderson waiting for a run of Zombo, the thick bit, as we get the ball from Mitrovic to De Cordova Reed. Jordan Morris is going to be through. Can he finish his chance? if he's not gonna sweat it in the end, he said right at the goalkeeper. Should have probably put on his right foot and tried to finesse it, but whenever I try to finesse Jordan Morris, things don't go well. And a great recovery there in the end to keep that from the back of the net. Trier did hesitate a little bit too much on that shot. Jonathan David playing the ball here. Kenny Tete doing a great job to hold off his man. As it's all Aston Villa at the moment. They're just fluttering us with attacks, a flurry of attacks. And thankfully, Tuanzebe is very strong in his 1v1 defending and wins that ball right there. Now, good Cordova Reed. We have a chance here late, it looks like. And the ball's going to be played through to Mitrovic. 1v1 with the goalkeeper right at Martinez. No placement again, as we have a chance to win this one late with a couple of chances. But, of course, Aston Villa had some chances as well that they blew. Well, now it looks like we have a little bit more momentum on our side, as Zambo is going to push forward here to Mitrovic. We're going to look for Cordova Reed. He's going to have a go. And, again, Martinez is very strong with that save to keep things 2-2. 3 late chances to really turn around this game around and grab a victory, but of course, Aston Villa had plenty of chances. They kind of squandered as well. So I think a 2-2 result in the end is pretty fair, but it is a bit worrisome that we could finish some of those late chances. As we'll go into another match here, I think it's a away fixture now. Obviously, that is not the Craven Cottage, and so we'll see that we're playing against Burnley, another team who's doing pretty well. I think they're in 7th place or 6th place at the moment. So they're a team we need to grab a result again. They gave us tons of troubles in previous seasons for the most part, so we want to make sure we turn those things around. But Tuanzebe, incredible 1v1 defending. Doesn't care about the skimmos. Just throw those away against him because he will not let that in his house, baby. Now, Lookman here on the wing, tons of space. I don't know what the defense really does in these instances. And a great ball played back to Mitrovic. Is going to head it in. 1-0 up, 16th minute. Incredible ball from Lookman. And great run from Mitrovic, recognizing the space he was given right there. And just kind of the lack of togetherness in the back line in FIFA 21. Really, it just needs to be changed. The whole midfield defensive eye is garbage, and that's why I don't really play much career mode anymore. It's just not as fun as it used to be, just because the AI is trash, man. It's sad to see. I would prefer if the AI was not trash, so I could have a bit more fun playing. So you can see again, Mitrovic too easily let through. Cordova Reed, 2-0, 29th minute, and that is just a little bit too easy, man. Too easy. No challenge. But we'll take it. Go up here. Early on with a good finish from Cordova Reed and terrible defending from Burnley, excuse me. And now Adarabioyo doing a great job winning that ball. Cordova Reed is going to play the ball over the top to Lookman. And it's like he's going to try to fight for that. But in the end, he does get it. Dimitri is going to be through now. Can he finish his chance? And he does. 3-0 up, 37th minute. Now they're just pressing. It's like 1v1 defending all over, and we are winning our 1v1 battles. So not the best kind of philosophy to have. I think they got to really fix that for the AI. Because as soon as they are down, they press way too hard. And it's too easy to break the press if you're like a decent enough player, in my opinion. So there's not much to it. As you can see, now we win the ball. Zambo playing the ball here to Ebobise. Gonna play the ball to Zambo, back to Cordova Reed, back to Zambo, and that is a beautifully worked, unselfish goal in the end. Grabbing Zambo, another goal for him. Of course, Cordova Reed could have grabbed a goal and kept on pushing himself up in the goal, the golden boot race, basically. But the unselfishness was beautiful in the end as we win this 1-4-1. Burnley does grab the equalizer as I jump to the result there. Another match here, we will get into beautiful stadium that is of Tottenham. And it's going to be an interesting one because Tottenham is they actually don't have the best form at the moment, but they're obviously a really good side. They've got Yodi still. They got Cameron Carter. The backline is interesting though. They got Benjamin Mendy, Den Docker, Cameron Carter Vickers. In the midfield, they got Ndidi and Højbjerg. So it's a weird squad to kind of put out there, but they still have Bergwijn. They got Lo Celso. Son is on the bench for some reason. I guess he's getting a rest or something. And that was a good initial win of the ball right there. But Lo Celso just playing that ball across, and Rodak gets his near post right away to save that. That was some good build-up play from Tottenham. As now Zambo's going to have some space here. Jordan Morris, what is he going to do right here? Going to play the ball to Cordova Reed, and just getting a foot on that is Dendonker to keep these things level, prevent that chance. But now some good build-up play and a good save in the end from Rodak, as that was not the best shot, but it certainly could have created some problems. As Ndidi is going to push forward, but Zambo is going to do a good job winning the ball. Now he's going to have tons of space. Probably should have taken a bit more. But what a ball from Zombo to Cordova-Reed. And Cordova-Reed is going to just miss that chance. Not very composed there. He could have taken an additional touch probably. But he seems to enjoy the first time shot from time to time. So that time he definitely had plenty of room and time to compose himself a bit more. But you see Kane playing a ball here to Lo Celso. Lo Celso back to Kane. And that is some very good build-up play, link-up play. Just as we miss a chance, we do concede pretty quickly now. Lose the ball in a tough spot as Tottenham's going to try to push forward. But Anderson does a good job winning that. Putting himself in a good position for the interception. Now Mitrovic going to play the ball through to Cordova-Reed. And this time, can he face a chance? Yes, he does. Pretty simply getting behind there. I think this Tottenham defense is not the best, but we'll take advantage of it, obviously. We'll take what we are given in these games for the most part. So Clark just beating Robinson. It looks like Robinson does recover slightly, but does lose the ball again. Clark really just kind of doing us dirty. In the end, that is a corner kick. 57th minute. We do keep things out of danger there, thankfully. But off this little build-up play, we can see if he makes something happen. Jordan Morris getting the ball in the air. Does a good job controlling it. Going to try to go 1v1 with his man, but actually look for a little 1-2, it looks like now. Cordova-Reed back to Morris. Morris is going to see that man perfectly through. It's Zombo and Gisa. Played over the top. Unfortunately, again, second big squander chance of the game. Zombo cannot volley that and put that in the back of the net to put us up there. So now another chance on a corner kick, it looks like. Tons of chances. Cordova-Reed is going to get the ball after a good win from Morris in that duel. And Mitch is going to play the ball here too to Cordova-Reed. He's going to have a go in a great save. Very strong on that near post this time as Jody. As we are going to still be 1-1. Still all level at the moment. 64th minute though. Looks like we're going to have another chance. And a great ball here to Morris. He's going to have a go and probably could have waited for a sweat across. But again, Morris has not had the best composure in those chances at the end, cutting in from that wing. That's something we might have to address and maybe improve over eventually. But a good little turn from Zombo. Unfortunately, the shot gets blocked. 71st minute, we are really piling on. Going to try to press here, win the ball. Zombo, you can see doing a great job playing the ball forward after really strange stuff from Tottenham. We grabbed the goal in the end, but probably not the way we would have liked in kind of AIDS fashion like that from the CPU just being really stupid. Because that's what happens in the end. We do grab a 2-1 victory. That was probably one of the weirder matches I played. Obviously, conceding, winning like that is not ideal. But there's really not much you can do considering how this game is. So I'm going to actually get into some matches. Fulham, we do win 2-0 against Nottingham Forest. Lookman grabbed a goal on Gisa grabbed a goal. I do want to kind of get this series over with, maybe go some quicker episodes. So that way I can get into some other content. So we actually dropped points against Brighton, but we're playing so well in the season. We were actually like we're still like top 4, top 5, top 6, somewhere around there. So as long as we keep things interesting in the games I play, that we're playing for something, that's fine with me. So Fulham, West Ham, we do grab a goal thanks to Ebobisa coming off the bench and grabbing one. And now we are getting to a big match against Liverpool. You can see we're actually third in the table. Liverpool is first with 32 points. And like I said, Aston Villa, second place. They've got a really strong squad. And it's going to be tough because City United are not in the best form and they're right behind us. It's going to be an interesting battle for the top 6 positions in the league. For Spurs also kind of right behind as well. Arsenal has been kind of poor in this career mode, honestly, in these last couple seasons. Liverpool does have a pretty good squad out there. Obviously, Alisson, Alexander-Arnold. They got Varane now, Van Dijk, Robertson, pretty strong backline. In the midfield, they got Koke, Fabinho, Thomas Partey. Up top, they still got Salah, Firmino, as well as Mane. On the bench, Daley Blind is actually on the side. Interesting. They buy him, I guess, or maybe a pre-contract from Ajax. So ball cut back here to Zombo. A good shot in the end to test Alisson. As now we'll have a chance on a corner kick. Mitrovic completely free. Alisson should have probably gone out to punch that away. And we'll take that though. A easy goal for us. 1-0 up early on. That's beautiful. Beautiful work, Mitrovic, on those corner kicks. But I don't know why goalkeepers are so scared to come out in the situations. Something that is really aids in foot champs also, or foot in general, whatever, is the fact that they really the goalkeepers don't really react on those positions. Like when you cross in that spot, it's usually no man's land for the goalkeeper unless they manually control it. So that's why I've actually been enjoying foot a little bit more lately, because some of these things, at least you can control players yourself, or it's more even, like you both have screwed up midfielders and defenders. But Firmino can be through on goal and just misses right there to put things level in the 11th minute. Now we're going to have a chance here going forward. Morris, good job from Reed, laying that one off. Back to Mitrovic, completely destroyed by 1-2. Ball played back across the court over Reed, and that's me 2-0 up. What I've noticed is the defenders are way too aggressive on 1-2s also. All you have to do is play a 1-2 up top between two strikers or cam and striker. And it's pretty simple. You can see the aggressiveness, way too aggressive. Play the ball across even, have the time to do that. And we'll go up 2-0 away to Liverpool. And that is just too easy, and that's something that has to change eventually, because it's really not fun when you're playing like a game. It's just not challenging, in my opinion. I'm trying to find more sliders. As you can see, Mitrovic and Cordova-Reed are both above 10 goals in the season. We're not completely halfway through yet, so that's pretty amazing. Firmino's going to play the ball to Thomas Partey. Good job from Tuan Zeb, I believe that was, to win that ball in that spot. Now, 60th minute, again, looking for a goal is Liverpool, as a little bit of interesting play from Koke. Tons of spinning for no reason, and another annoying pet peeve I have of this game. He's in the box. He literally skilled out of the box for no reason. And now going forward, though, still is Liverpool trying to grab one to get back in this match. You can see some good build-up play this time. And just getting to that is Tosin. Tosin just gets to the right spot to keep things 2-0. And now a ball played over the top. Tete going to get this one back to Tuan Zeb. Tosin doing a good job with some composure in the midfield. And you can see we're going to be completely through now. Mitrovic going to play this ball to Anoma. What is he going to do here? He's going to sweat the ball across, wait for Mitrovic. And actually, Alisson probably could have saved that. Just chipped it over Alisson. Probably could have rounded the goalkeeper instead if he was going to go down so early. So 3-0, 76th minute, is how things are going. And we are just playing at a very high level. At the moment, obviously playing very well. Aston Villa did give us trouble, and it seems like they could be like the tougher team for us, considering how things are going right now. Salah's going to grab just a kind of consolation goal to make things 3-1, and that is how the match will end. 3-1 victory against Liverpool. Mitrovic with 2 goals, Reed with 1, and that was a really good performance in the end from everyone. Yep, you can see 3-1 victory against Liverpool. And that is how the season will continue. I think we'll play one more match on of this episode. It's actually be against Everton. So we're playing both of those sides, kind of the Merseyside sides, essentially. So Crystal Palace here, gonna sim against them. They actually do have some interesting players. Boadu actually grabbed 2 goals to make us drop points. And that's fine because we're playing too well in our regular matchups. So I think we got to actually kind of make things a little bit more interesting for us. So I feel like if I play every game, we probably could win the league this season. So you got to mix in the simming, and I feel from once you're kind of getting too good at the game or the game's not challenging enough to make things a bit more interesting. But now going forward, is Everton. 11th minute, they do get some good players. Rafael Leao is in there, and he's a quality player. Allen, ball's going to go perfectly there. Leao turns his man, is going to put that in the far post. So early lead for Everton, going up 1-0 after a little bit of fortunate deflections. That went all the way out there. What a deflection. Okay, see, Caleb? Okay, Caleb. Okay, Caleb. ¿Puedes cerrar mi puerta, Caleb, por favor? Sí. Gracias, Caleb. All right. A little bit of interruption right there, but it's okay. We'll get back into this 16th minute. It's an interesting thing of trying to record when you don't have a lock on your door. Hamad's playing the ball out here. Tete just getting to that interception. Tete's going to push forward. The ball here to Mitrovic. And you're going to have a nice little run in behind from Lookman. And he's going to have a bit of space. You can see, take that right there. Reed is going to just unfortunately miss the layup to Mitrovic. But that was some good work from Lookman, utilizing that space. He has really incredible agility and does a good job in that spot. Tuan Zeb showcasing his strength. his power right there to win the ball. Mitrovic now going to have plenty of space, going to wait for a run, and that is going to be Cordova-Reed right there. Good link-up play. Reed is just on, and look at this strength, holding off his man. Not the best defending, again, 1v1 from Everton players, and Reed will take advantage of the chance, put in a good spot. He's going to finish it right there to go up 1-1. Very good work from Reed. I mean, holding off his man. But I don't know what that defending was from the other Everton player, just kind of ignoring his man for a second and know where he was thinking he was going. But Hama is very loose with that pass. I do have the pass air set, so they don't make too many mistakes like that. But in the end, it happens. De Cordova-Reed could not chip his man. We'll see if he has a chance there. Again, nope, nothing came out of that. Probably should have done a little better with that chance. De Cordova-Reed, but unfortunately, could not get that ball over with that little chip. Now, Robinson going to have tons of space. We'll see what he does with it. He's going to put a ball in perfectly to Mitrovic. What a volley. Oh, my God. That accuracy, that ball in from Robinson. Robinson with those late overlaps. He's got pace. He's got a good crossing ability, and it shows right there. Mitrovic with the composure, the ability on the volley to finish that chance as we go up 2-1 now in the 49th minute. What a hit. What a cross. Just leaking off that back post off of his man, and that is going to be a 2-1 lead here as we'll see how we continue to respond in this match. Everton had that one little goal that was really just all deflection luck, I feel like, but now they're trying to get forward. 51st minute, Leal beating his man slightly, but Anderson, Zombo is in the perfect spot to win that ball. Just kind of dribbled right into them, and now De Cordova-Reed is going to find that sweat of Mitrovic, and he's going to finish that chance 3-1. So just again a little bit too easy getting in behind, no challenge, 3-1, and we'll keep on continuing on with this pace. It seems like that we have in this episode. We're playing very well. I think it was just one draw this episode, and everything else was a win, and then of course a loss in the Carabao Cup, but that's okay. I don't really care too much about that, as they will grab a late consolation goal. I mean, it's pretty much over now, but a 3-2 victory we have in the end against Everton. As we'll now kind of round out the episode, take a look at the squad hub, at some of the growth of players, the calendar, the table, and all that. So thank you guys, anyone who's been watching this throughout this career mode. I really appreciate all the love and support, as it does mean a lot to me, guys. But we'll sim actually one match against Leicester first to round out the episode, as we do win that one 1-0. Leicester has actually dropped a lot in quality. They've lost a lot of their good players, so they're not as kind of interesting to play against, really. So we're actually fifth at the moment. It's an interesting battle, man. You can see how close things are. Burnley, Arsenal, and all these other clubs are very close to us. So right behind us, you can see it's really just a 3-point gap between us and 8th, and it's a 7-point gap between us and first place Aston Villa. So it seems like Villa is going to be the class of the league, really. In Liverpool, Spurs we beat, but of course Aston Villa we drew against, and City we did lose pretty heavily against. Rodak unfortunately has not grown a point, but Robinson has gone up to an 85 overall, so he is growing quite a bit. I think maybe I got to put Rodak on a different off a sweeper keeper and a different development plan. So Adebayo up to 82. Mepam up to the 77, Kusovic up to 79, so some good growth. A few of these players, Tete hasn't grown, unfortunately, but Sanyo is up to 71. Anderson, no growth at the moment, but Buckley, kind of a backup CDM, up to 69, nice. Morris up to 79, so some growth from him, but I still think we got to upgrade over him. No growth from Zombo yet. Onoma up to 74. Reece Heath, kind of a young backup player. Tom Cairney, even as a backup at 31 years old, is still growing up to 79 overall now. That is actually incredible to see. Lookman up to the 84, so very good growth from him still. He is improving. And anyone else who's improved, you can see some of these youth academy players I don't care about. Thompson, I do care about. 5-star, and he's a pretty good player. I think we'll see him being used a bit more throughout. So 72 overall, some good growth from him now. Ebobisse up to 77. So as a backup player, even form is not as bad apparently. I don't know why. Guess from some of the sim matches, he's still growing nonetheless. 83 overall for Mitrovic, 77 overall for Reed also. So thank you everyone who's tuned in, though, guys. I really appreciate all the love and supports. Next episode, I might try to get through just to the end of the season. I want to try to do that, and we'll see if we can make that happen. So I do want to kind of push this series along a bit quicker. So I have some other stuff in mind that I really want to get into for the channel. With that, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I love you all. Please hit that like button. I'll be signing out now, and I'll catch you guys later.